Hey YouTube, today I wanted to do a video for a couple different purposes. First of all, I want to do an update on all the tanks, and the second purpose is really to ask you all what you want to see. I know I've gotten a lot of subscribers from my do-it-yourself CO2 system, and a lot from the how-to planet tank video, and I just wondered what you wanted to see going forward. So just throw something down in the comments, throw me a personal message on what you want to see, and I'll try to make a video here pretty quickly. I apologize for the time in between videos. I'm an accountant. I've been working like 65 hours weeks for the past 3 months, so coming off a busy season and ready to make y'all some videos. But I guess first off here on the 29, there's been quite a bit of change. If you see my past videos of the past couple months, originally I had Liquidia in there that I planted. Almost all of it died. I know why. I was hoping it would grow in here, but I almost knew it wasn't going to. And the main reason is in the 10-gallon over here, which it all grew from, I have ridiculously high light, and I have fluorite. Now, if you move a plant that's used to doing that into a situation where it has a dirted bottom, where it has to adjust the nutrients in the dirt instead of the fluoride, and it has a lower lighting level, it's going to be hard for it to adjust. And I actually only have a couple strands here that survived, which is a shame because I have been planting it. I propagated it a ton of times in the 10-gallon over there, the same environment. And the other one is my little 5 over there. I'll walk over and show you real quick. I have probably, I don't know, like 15 stems planted in the back, and then I actually just floated all the stuff I cut out last week. That's about what I get out in about 2 weeks, is that whole pile right there. Every 2 weeks I get all that out. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with all of it. I think I'm going to sell it, but not sure. So if any of you are all interested in some Liquidia, let me know and I can hook you up. I have tons. But the 29's been doing great, actually. Despite that, the Hygrophila gustifolia loves it in here. I keep getting new pieces in here. I started with not terribly too much of it. Now it's growing quite well, but what I'm really liking in this tank is the Sagittarius sabulata here along the bottom. It's just looking fantastic. I mean, since I posted the last video, all of this is new, and this is thickened up dramatically. And I can't wait till it grows up till about here. My hope is that I will continue to grow all the way across the tank, and I have almost a carpet of it across the tank. I'm going to have the Hygrophila sitting up over here with the Sagittarius sabulata underneath. But that's a hope. We'll see what happens. If it does, I'll have some water sprite. I have a couple plants I can transplant into there. I'm going to try to grow it up nice and thick here with the Hygrophila and the Sagittarius. I think it'll look real nice. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. I'd be glad to take them into consideration because I'm still debating what I want to do with that tank. But the 10-gallon is also doing great. It's had an issue or two. The one issue I've had with it is if you notice here, all of the leaves here have died at the bottom of the Liquidia, which is really kind of irritated me, but I know exactly why it happened for 2 reasons. One of which I didn't really expect. I've been growing duckweed in here for a while, and the duckweed got real thick and covered the top, so I took a ton of it out. So it was blocking a bunch of light, because once it gets together in these clumps, basically blocks all the light. So I only like to keep a small amount in here, but it's very good to have it in here because it takes out all the excess nutrients. Make sure you don't get like any algae. But the other thing is, and this really surprised me, I used some activated carbon. And I hadn't changed out my carbon in months and months. And I knew I needed to do it because the carbon will make your water a million times clearer, and I'm starting to get a little brown in here, so I put in the activated carbon, and almost immediately the Liquidia on the bottom dropped all its leaves. And I found that to be extremely odd. I'm not exactly sure why that is. If any of you know, please let me know. I'd really like to know. But outside of that, it's doing just fine. That's why I think I'm going to propagate this tank. I'll do a video on it when I do it. I'm going to tear out a good section of Liquidia and replant the whole thing so I can have leaves from top to bottom again. But outside of that, everything's doing great. The Anubias here is getting huge. I think I'm going to have to split it and move some of it to 29. And yes, I left the filter in here. I know it's kind of odd, but at some point I do want to do a video on red cherry shrimp, and they absolutely love to eat on this filter. I fed them today, and some of the pieces ended up in the filter back here, but let's see if I can grab a couple on here. There's a couple on there right now. All the little ones are always sitting on the filter, eating on the filter. It's just constant. It's where they get their food source because everything sucks into it, and they love to eat decaying matter. Once it's soft enough for them to eat, they'll eat it. So that's why I put it out there, and I've left it out there for almost a week now, and they're still eating off of it because there's tons of decaying matter in it, so they're actually cleaning it for me. And my one pygmy has decided to make a home underneath it, apparently. They do not like me. They like to hide. I guess the last thing that's really going on in this tank is I'm kind of letting the, there's actually two things really. I'm letting the Java moss here start to do its thing. I'm actually liking what it's doing. The fish are starting to hide in it, so it looks kind of nice. I don't like what happened with my baby tears. All my baby tears floated up to the top except for a couple clumps over here, and I know exactly why. If any of you have Malaysian trumpet snails, I kind of heard that they could do this. I kind of expected them to do it. I didn't expect them to do it so soon. And I wish I could show you one. Let me see if I can spot one here real quick. Oh, I actually did find a couple. If you can see, actually right there underneath the shrimp. Right, let me see if I can get my finger up there. Right there. That is a Malaysian trumpet snail. They dig underneath the substrate. There's actually one more right there. There's another one right over there. They call them trumpets because they're long and they have that sort of shape. But they'll actually dig underneath the ground and they eat everything underneath the substrate. When you turn off the lights, they all come up to the top. It's actually pretty rare for them to be up here at the top consistently. And it's because they're running out of food underneath the ground, because I have a ton of them in here now. And they were digging out my baby tears, which I'm not very happy with. So I'm going to find a way to dispose of them. One of the ways you can get rid of snails is to use copper. But wouldn't you know, shrimp are very, very, very sensitive to copper. If you put in copper in levels that will kill the snails, you'll kill every last one of your shrimp. And given I have a shrimp tank, I don't really want to do that. But another interesting thing that's happened actually, while I'm on the tangent, the shrimp are looking beautiful. My females are actually starting to get stripes on them, which I never expected them to get, but you can see she has that beautiful light stripe on her back, and quite a few of them have that now. But that's basically it on the tanks. Once again, please let me know what you want to see in videos. I'm going to try to do a video on propagation. Let me know what else you want to see. I'm thinking about doing a video on a do-it-yourself CO2 reactor for a planted aquarium. Instead of using a nano diffuser, it's actually better than a nano diffuser, glass diffuser. It's one of the better things you can use. It just doesn't look very good in my opinion. I want to actually use it, but I'd be glad to show you guys how to make it. So yeah, let me know what you want. Thanks YouTube. Have a good one. Bye.